Hello everybody, welcome to another street photography video. Today's street photography video is a little different in that I'm using a different lens, and that is the Fujinon XF 16-55 f2.8, this guy. So I've had this lens for about 5 years, and in that time I've made about 37,000 photos. Most of those photos have been events, portraits, weddings, some product photography, but until now, none of them have been for street photography. What I've liked about this lens, and I did a review on it that you can take a look at the link up here as well as in the description below. What I like about this lens is the image quality is just amazing, and the constant aperture of f2.8 comes in quite handy in a number of different situations. So since I had never used this lens before, I grabbed the XH2S and the 16-55 and I headed out to Bellevue for some street photos, and that's what you're going to see next. Speaking of what's coming up next, I did a couple different things and I'm going to do a different thing in the video. So one of the things I did different is I did start the video recording the video portions of the slideshow with my iPhone, but I often forget to use the phone because it's a bit of a pain to open it, unlock it, get the camera going, switch to video, switch to the wide lens, and then do that for every photo. It's also a little hard to do POV stuff, at least it is for me. So I often forget to use it and don't have enough video to tell the story of what I was doing that day. So what I did instead was about the halfway point of the video, I got my GoPro out and clipped it to my Sling camera strap. And you'll notice that the first clip is just a little bit at an angle. Just tilt your head. Yeah, so I'm learning, trying new things. Another new thing I'm trying is for some of those extended clips, I'm going to do some voiceover and explain a little bit of what I'm thinking, noticing, the location, the context, and see how that works for y'all. So I'd love to hear your opinions. Please leave that in the comments below. So also make sure to stay tuned to the very end of the video. I'll share some thoughts on what I think about using the 16-55 for street photography. And I will also share some updates on what's coming up next in this channel. So here come the photos, and I'll see you on the other side of them. welcome to my first voiceover recording. Here we are in Bellevue Downtown Park. I noticed this kid kicking his legs and I grabbed a quick photo of that. Apologies for the crooked video here, but just go ahead and tilt your head, you'll be okay. Then we're onwards to this new sculpture just off the park. It's called Peloti, P-E-L-O-T-I. It's really fascinating visually and makes for a lovely photo subject. And I'm looking forward to coming back here at night sometime because I know there's some lights in the ground and we'll see what that looks like, both against the skyline as well as how it lights up the sculpture itself. This next sequence is on my way to lunch on this cloudy day. I was hoping the sun would come out later. Here along Bellevue Way, and noticed these glasses in the window outside a bar area in this restaurant, and I thought they made a nice little reflection photo, some layers and lots of things. Always fun to look at, I think, empty tables. I don't know why I like empty tables with reflections. So here we are after lunch and the sun has come out. We're walking alongside of the old PACCAR building. PACCAR makes heavy duty trucks. I'm not sure if this building's still being used. As you can see, it's fenced off, but there are people. What caught my attention were some of the shadows along the wall here. So I grabbed a couple photos. And then as I'm walking along, I saw this gentleman taking a phone break and grabbed a quick photo of him as well. So went with the black and white processing to just feel a little more dramatic. Colors aren't super important in those photos, and I think it lends a nice timelessness to this old building. With the sun still out, now I'm traveling towards the transit center, and I'd already walked this route earlier in the day when it was cloudy, and I just wanted to go take another look because the sun was out. Everything looks a little different when the sun is out. And I noticed this forklift, and you'll see me do a double take here. I'm gonna look at it and then, oh yeah, wait, hang on a second. Look at those mirrors, Michael. There they are. So I'm waiting for someone to walk by, get a reflection of the person in the mirror, and we'll show that photo in just a second here. Continuing on towards the transit center, got some steps to take. I'm getting a little tired here. I'm gonna have to hold on to the handrail. Actually, the reason I hold on to handrails with stairs is I have progressive lenses, and sometimes my depth perception on steps is not the greatest. Saw this gentleman working over here, grabbed some couple pictures here just of him working anonymously, and then as I'm walking, I got another picture of him and he caught me, and I thought he was angry. When I got to the computer and saw the photo, I was like, oh, he was happy, so all is good. Here we are on Bellevue Way with one of the new buildings that's just about done. I think it's supposed to open by the end of the year. Can't resist a good cloud reflection photo zoomed in. So we're going to take one of those here in a minute. And notice in the zoomed in photo, by the way, I don't know if that guy's hiding his face because he saw I was recording. Anyway, you'll notice a little bird, which is an osprey, near the top left corner of this image. If I had the 70-300 width, I would have zoomed in and try and make some photos of that. Again, zoomed out here, and cloud reflections are just a favorite thing of mine. Here we are walking along the backside of Lincoln Square near the parking garage area. Just again, a different route I don't normally travel, and I saw this little bit of graffiti type writing on this pole, and so we went to f2.8, go for minimal depth of field and make some art. So there we go with that. And then we'll conclude our walk today as we walk past the Westin Hotel and the valet parking area, which someone courteously parked their red Ferrari so that I can make a logo photo of some of the detail of the Ferrari logo. So nice red Ferrari, one quick photo. There we go. So what did you think? Did some different stuff there, use a different lens, use some different techniques for video and for the voiceover part. I'd love to know what you think. I hope you enjoyed it. Some thoughts really quick on what I thought of using the 16 to 55 for street photography. Then I'll share a couple things at the end here about what's coming up next. So short version of the 16 to 55 as a street photography lens. I like it. It works great. It's a little heavy, a little big. But I'm used to zoom lenses, so it's about 8 ounces heavier than the 16 to 80 I'm used to using, which is significant but not huge, I guess. Image quality is amazing. f2.8 is nice to have. I used it in a couple of the photos to kind of go a little more minimalist, a little more abstract, to get the blurry background. But most of the time for street photography, during the daytime when I usually go, I don't really need the 2.8. Most of the photos were taken at 5.6 or sometimes even f8. So really happy with it. The one thing I do miss at 55, I always tend to be the telephoto guy. So I'm usually at 55, and a lot of the photos you saw in that clip were 55 millimeters and then cropped a little bit to get probably closer to what would have been 80 millimeters on the 16 to 80. So I can seem to never get enough telephoto. So there you go. But I really like it. It's a great lens to use. It feels like a little bit of overkill for me. The weight, the expense, if I dropped it, you know, that's kind of stuff that's in the back of my head. That generally is why I don't use it for street photography. So, but it's a great lens, obviously. If you get a chance to use it, I highly recommend it. So what's coming up next? Some thoughts, some things. Next week, I'll be going to spend a day of photos at the Washington State Fair. So we'll make a video or 2 or 3 about that experience. I'm looking forward to that. The weather's supposed to be nice that day. What else is coming up? Another video that's coming up soon will be another street photography video. But speaking of big lenses, I'm late to the party, but I now have the Viltrox 75mm f1.2. Speaking of big lenses, this is a big lens. Yeah, so there's a lot of glass here. This is actually about the same weight as the 16 to 55, if not even a little bit heavier, but it's about the same size, so we'll see how I do. But I like 75 millimeters. We'll see how I do with a prime at 75 millimeters for street photography. Also a new thing coming up soon, not quite ready for prime time, but almost, is my first zine, some street photography photos from Bellevue over the past few years. It's about 52 pages with a whole bunch of photos. This is my proof copy. I got to make some edits and some changes. I'll update you all when I have these available for you to purchase, but it should be soon in the next few weeks. So that's what I have for now. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the photos, the video, the thoughts, the information here. If you have comments, you know I enjoy having conversation with you, so please leave that down below. If you enjoyed this video, a big help if you click the thumbs up button. Thank you very much. And if you want to see more of the things coming up, click on that subscribe button so that you don't miss anything. So until I see you in the next video, I hope you stay safe, stay well, and have fun creating photos. Bye for now.